How's it going, guys? Shape here, and welcome to the channel. This video is going to go over some recent changes that Blizzard announced about multi-boxing and my thoughts on how it will affect the economy. I also want to cover some materials that could see increases in value because there won't be as much quantity in the game anymore. This is a huge shock to most of us because this has been in the game for such a long time, and most people felt that because the monetary value behind it, Blizzard wouldn't do anything about it. There are obviously cases where the most extreme multi-boxers would have dozens and dozens of accounts and could pretty much control any situation the user put them in. This could be from gold making to PvP to many other things. I'm just going to focus on the gold economy side of things for this video though, and I wanted to share my thoughts on the topic since I think it's going to be a lot more impactful than some people think. First off, let's talk about the announcement that came out saying World of Warcraft has evolved their policies to support the health of the game and the need of players. They examined the use of third-party input broadcasting software, and they have seen an increasingly negative impact to the game. They don't really highlight multi-boxing per se, but stick to botting and automated gameplay. They also go into the use of input broadcasting software that mirrors keystrokes to multiple WoW game clients, which will soon be considered an actionable offense. This part seems to be directly targeting the multi-boxing community. As I was making this video, a second blue post came out about this topic stating that multi-boxing itself isn't a bannable offense, just the third-party software used to control multiple accounts at the same time. This means you can still do things on multiple accounts at the same time, you just can't use the software associated with it. In my opinion, this is Blizzard just covering themselves so players that are multi-boxing don't cancel all their accounts right away, because if they can't automate the same process over all those accounts, then it really loses the whole purpose. I have never really been a fan of multi-boxing and don't participate in it myself, so this really doesn't impact me whatsoever. What does concern me though is if this is another hit to the gold making community. The raw gold side of things, besides a few unintended bugs recently, has been completely turned upside down, and we will have to wait and see in Shadowlands if it changes. The harder it becomes to make gold in the game, the more likely players are just going to buy tokens because they don't have the time to put into gold farming, or it is just easier to pay to win. However, for those that are willing to put the time in to still farm for gold, there might be huge increases coming to the market if things play out the way I think they will. I have a few other thoughts that come to mind on this. If Blizzard is going after multi-boxers and is going to actually ban them, then a lot of the materials they were farming are going to go up in value as the quantity of those is going to go significantly down. We all know that some of the prominent areas that were hit the heaviest with multi-boxers, and it just made the farms not worth it because depending on how many accounts they were running, they got that many more times in material or item than you did. I would keep an eye especially on any of these farms that meet that criteria. Whether it's a forgotten farm or one you just stopped doing because of multi-boxers, I think it's time to go look back into that. The ones that are top of mind for me are any gathering profession, certain transmog farms, pet farms, and 2x4 or hyper spawning farms. Now I am not currently sure which materials are going to see the most increase, but in terms of items sold per day, we will want to watch the quantity on these to see if it starts going down and the price goes up since the demand is still there. Looking over some mining options, we have osmantite ore, monolite ore, ghost iron ore, thorium ore, elementium ore, and serenite ore, all over 1,000 or more sold a day. Some of these are even over 10,000 sold in a given day. The same can be said with the herb farms as well. Xanthid, anchorweed, winter's kiss, akunda's bite, cinderbloom, ashara's veil, and whiptail see similar daily sales. Xanthid is actually closer to 30,000 sold in a day, and that is actually a highly multi-box farm, so it will be interesting to see how the prices are impacted over the next few weeks. Not only will these materials go up in value, but this is just going to increase the price of materials in Shadowlands as well. At the start of the expansion, materials are always one of the best ways to make gold. With not having to deal with multi-boxers anymore, I think this will be even better than ever. Another farm I wanted to touch on are a lot of the old and new 2x4 farms that players have been doing. Multi-boxer took over some of these areas, so it wasn't worth players' time to do them and they moved on. With multi-boxers gone, these areas will once again see some high gold per hour tied to them. What I plan on doing over the next few weeks is stocking up on a lot of these items I just mentioned and holding on to them. Blizzard didn't really give a definite time frame on when the bans were coming, and they did say that players would receive warnings before being banned. I believe a lot of multi-boxers will test the waters at first and see how serious Blizzard is going to be with these bans. It is now in Blizzard's hands to take them up on that, and we will just have to wait and see if we are going to see the ban hammer or just some empty threats. Botting is another huge problem in the game, and Blizzard does ban them, but not at the rate you would think. The main difference in botting accounts and multi-boxing accounts is that instead of just getting banned on one account and moving on to the next, this would get however many accounts you are multi-boxing on banned, so players will have to take this more seriously in my opinion. If this just is a scare tactic and becomes an empty threat, then the farms will remain how they always are and will be lucrative until they become overrun with multi-boxers. As I said before, the multi-boxing situation doesn't bother me, it's just why Blizzard is deciding to do this now and if it's geared towards the WoW token. If that is the case, then this will be another hit on the goal-making community because we will continue to see Blizzard push more and more players towards the WoW token and less from actually spending time in the game to farm things out. Well, there you have it guys, my thoughts on the recent announcement to the multi-boxing ban. Let me know in the comments below your thoughts on this and how you think it will shake out. I hope you guys enjoyed, and don't forget to subscribe and drop a like if you enjoyed the video to show some love for the channel, and I'll catch you guys next time.